Back with another award-winning video for you and your family to enjoy. Blockbuster hit. I played really sloppy this game. And I'm not making excuses. You should never play sloppy. You should be able to block everything out. But last night, the UT game was on. And they were playing Auburn. And they were getting their butts kicked. And I couldn't help but enjoy it. No, I mean, I'm not even a basketball fan, but the boys had it on, and then they left it on, and they left in disgust at halftime, and I just kept it on and kept watching. So you can see my attention is a bit diverted and distracted during this pool game here. But it brings up a couple interesting mistakes that are caused by not concentrating. And it shows the imperative nature of concentrating. Watch any top shelf pool player play in a tournament, and if you can't see them concentrating, something is wrong with you. And the best players concentrate the most. Yeah, you're going to have to think, man. It's not the great escape we want it to be. Anyway, let's get on with it. This is a bit of a weird cut in the side. We have to go down to this end rail and keep the ball from bouncing off this bottom rail and going that way. So we have to kill it. And we are using bottom right hand English to increase the angle off the one ball. Come up short on the short rail and bounce straight back out. Is that right? I gotta turn myself around. Yeah, inside English on this. Right hand English to spin the cue ball. Counterclockwise and kill it off this rail. If it was spinning clockwise, it would hit this rail and go toward this 9 ball. And we don't want it over there. We want it, kind of semi. It's going to be a long shot, but sort of straight in so the cue ball doesn't get away from us and the 2 ball doesn't get away from us on my least very shot of all, which is a combination. That was the game, by the way. Forgot to turn down the volume like I always do. Inside English, right hand, bottom English. Boom, to kill it off that rail and to keep it from getting away from us. And this is relatively simple combination. The problem with these is always the first ball getting away from it, the 2 ball. We don't want this 2 ball hitting the 3 and going over in that direction. So we have to be conscious of 3 balls instead of just 2. That was craziness. Most guys wouldn't play it like that, and I don't blame them one bit because a lot can go wrong on that 2 ball shot, the second 2 ball shot. First one was a combination. There we go. We got great position on the 2, and most guys would come up behind this 4 ball and play this combination. It's 4-7. I don't like combinations. And if I can avoid them, I will. And yeah, I shot this shot to knock the 8 ball out of the way so I could shoot this 4 in here. Dangerous, crazy, stupid, reckless, whatever you want to call it. I'm actually in far more control of this cue ball than you might think, because I've been doing this for a long, long, long time. So yeah, a ton could have went wrong with that, but we did it well. This is just a bounce off the rail for the 5 ball. And here's where I start getting a little too loose and a little too reckless. You can see me watching the game. The TV's right on top of the camera. The camera's right under the TV up on a stand there. So I'm not looking at the camera. I'm watching I'm watching the game. Again, I'm avoiding the combination on this 6-7 ball. I don't want to shoot that 6 in the corner into the 7. So I'm going out of my way to get behind the 6 and to shoot it down here. Actually, I don't remember, but I think I was trying to get all the way back here to shoot this 6 in the side, which would make a whole lot more sense because I just keep on being forced to get more reckless here. So this is a drawback, and that's what I wind up with. And the problem with this is I have a bit of an angle sending the cue ball toward that way. I shoot it here, so I have to draw back. And again, knock another ball out of the way. This is not the correct way to play pool. This is a mistake. Because once again, a ton could go wrong here. And this is just me avoiding the combination and just being a little too loose, a little too reckless, not thinking, and just doing things the crazy way. So, what a tweet. It's another kill shot to come back off this rail, and back behind the 8. But you're dealing with 2 dead rails, so the cue ball doesn't, or the English doesn't take very much and sends it down table too far. And that puts me in another awkward position. I'm not bearing down, I'm just kind of firing balls in the pockets. The correct way to do this, we need to get that graphic out. I made a graphic that will be inserted right here. I'm going to show you the correct way to do it, the way I actually did it, which was very wrong, and then go back to the correct way to do it again and get on with this game. So, cut. Everything's fine. Yeah, everything is wonderful. Keep your chin up. Think positive. Think and grow rich. Cut it. Alright, the basic mistake I made here is I put a little too much draw on it and I shot it too hard. And I put right hand English on it, which is right, but the too much draw sent it down table below this pocket. And let's first look at the line of aim through the 8 or through the 9 ball to the pocket, coming off the rail, coming off the shortest, the closest rail. So if we take that angle backwards to the 8 ball, we can see where we want to come off the 8 ball. And a lot of guys would put left hand English on this to spin the ball clockwise to the 8 ball, and hopefully they're hoping that the spin continues to this rail. But I don't like doing it. I like killing it off this rail. So what it's going to do when it hits this rail is it's going to throw it in the direction of the 9 ball, which is great. But there's a good chance it's going to hook up too much, especially on a fast table. And you're just going to bang into the 9 and, put the 9 somewhere you don't want to be. And we certainly don't want to hit that 9 ball. So all we really need here is a good stroke, just a little bit of bottom English and just a little bit of right hand English to kill it off the second rail. It's going to hit the 8 ball, hit this rail, and the English is still going to be moving, going, spinning, and it's just going to die off this rail. But it doesn't matter if it just trickles up a couple inches because we have a straight in shot on the 9 ball. This is how you want to play it. Instead, I put too much, as I said, too much bottom. I hit it too hard, and it sent it off this rail in this direction. And we wind up on the 50-yard line, actually below the 50-yard line on this 9-ball. That's not what you want to be. This is a result of me not thinking. At this point in your game, if you've watched all my videos, you know all this. It's just a matter of implementing everything you've been taught until over and over and over until it becomes a habit. So, of course, I have to do my part. And I didn't. I failed last night. But c'est la vie. It won't happen again. You live and you learn. The object is to continue to progress every single day. Every time I hit a pool table, I'm out to be better than before I hit it. So let's move on with this game. That was my graph that I made. It's a little crude, but the next one will be better. Alright. We're back. We're back. Hallelujah. We're back. So, this is how I did it. Way too hard. It bounced off this rail way too hard. Put too much bottom on it. Too much English on it. Came all the way down here and could have been a major disaster. It was a major disaster, but I had to shoot my way out of it. Whoa, that ball, we should have just shot that ball. Just a hair of right to kill it off this rail. The right-hand English is going to kill it off this rail. Because we're spinning, the ball's spinning counterclockwise with right-hand English. And it's hitting this rail at an angle and just killing it. But it's okay if it kills it and just bounces up a couple inches because we're on the line for the 9-ball. If you put left-hand English on that, it's going to grab this rail and take off. And we're going to be on the line, but we don't. It's just too hard to gauge how far it's going to go down table. And we could get right on top of it, on the side of it. And just not perfectly on the line. So it's best that you kill it off this rail, especially if you're going to shoot it with some speed. It'll take off this rail and die off this rail. Counterclockwise, I'm going to grab this rail, spin it down. It's going to die off this rail because it's still spinning counterclockwise, and kind of like hitting a wall. It'll bounce out a couple inches, but we're on the line for a perfect shot on the 9-ball. That's the correct way. Whoa. You talk about the 50. That's worse than the 50. That's like the 45-yard line. Oh, that's horrible. Wrong side of the 9-ball, big time. Dreadful. This is a scratch shot too, so even if you make it, you're liable to be rewarded with a horrible surprise of a scratch. So if you're going to put left-hand English on here, put a lot on here, a lot. It comes down to the table and the rows and how well you know your table. But you're going to have to shoot it with some speed because it's a very, very, very thin cut, backwards cut. You're going to have to put some left-hand English on it to spin it in to the pocket. I don't know if you're religious, but you could try praying. Don't scratch here. Don't scratch. Don't come all this way just for a scratch. Don't do it. There's another video. We got to bear down. We didn't bear down. And it was getting late and I was tired. Yeah, I'm making excuses. There's no excuse. I should have bared down. And I didn't. I got lazy. I got stupid. I got distracted. Because I'm an idiot. Don't be an idiot like me. Peace, everybody. Thank you for watching.